Hey everyone, it's Gabe. So JMK, the company I work for, recently got a new space. And in this space, we built this skate ramp behind me. More specifically, we had JMK co-founder Kyoki come over here to San Diego to build it for us. If you don't already know, Kyoki is one of the best ramp riders in the world, and he has a lot of experience with building skate ramps of his own. So this video isn't really going to dive into the specifics of building the ramp, but long story short, it was a success. And naturally, I wanted to ride it. But that was the problem. I couldn't. The coping is huge. That's so scary. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it. Let me just put this into perspective real quick to explain how frustrating this was for me. I had spent all this time watching Kyoki build this ramp for us, and then when it came time for me to stand on top, look down, and roll into it, I just couldn't do it, and he was standing right in front of me. This was especially frustrating because I've rolled into a ramp before. I even made a video about it. Granted, it was smaller, but it's the same concept. So that night, I went home extremely frustrated because it was one of my only chances to do this right after he built it for us. The very next night was Kyoki's last night in San Diego for a long time. So basically, if I wasn't able to do it that night, I would be proving to Kyoki that I cannot do this. So I got on the ramp, I tried for 25 minutes and I got it all on film. Psycho.
Oh, it's too steep.
Psycho. 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 The first little while was pretty uneventful. It was pretty much me just staring down the ramp, being too afraid to do anything. But eventually I asked both Kyoki and Maddie for a hand, which thankfully they agreed.
Hey! There you go. Without, see that resistance helps me set it up.
And I was quickly reminded that leaning forward is the key to rolling in, because this is what happens if you don't lean forward. I also found that having both Maddie and Kyoki there was making me not commit because I was just relying on their help way too much. After a good while of trial and error, I decided that I was fed up. 25 minutes on this ramp, and for what? I have two of the best riders in the world, Maddie and Kyoki, waiting for me to drop in on this ramp. I can't just quit after 25 minutes. Stepping down was just not an option. If I could do this with their help, I could totally do it without their help. So I did it. I leaned forward and I absolutely ate it. Well, I kind of lost the back skate a little bit on my way down, but I rolled in successfully.
Now you know you don't need his hand, so just do it. There you go, yeah!
Back foot's a little funky.
How do you feel?
Good.
Great.
That night, I learned that I am capable of so much more than I thought on Freeskates. Just the night before, I had convinced myself that I wasn't going to do this for a very long time. But here I was rolling in again and again and again after the first successful try. I could now go home knowing that I rolled in on the JMK ramp in front of the guy that built it for us the day before. I surprised both myself and all of the other riders, and I couldn't be more thankful for all of their encouragement along the way. So now what? I've successfully rolled in, so I guess it's only uphill from here. Downhill. Uphill? This has been the very beginning of my journey of skating on ramp, and I've already learned so much. So I can't wait to use this ramp to practice in the future.